what got you into the rapping?
So rapping started with me. Basically, all my family are into music. My brother's been a DJ since a kid and been heavily brought up around graffiti, rap music, scratching. So it's something I always wanted to get involved in. And then obviously things excelled. I started writing bars, and then where I grew up from, uh, it was influenced a lot by dunk. I don't know if you know what that is. So it's like dance music sort of, but it was like a different style of rapping. So that's where it started. Uh, and then there was like a few of us started doing it, and it ended up every night we'd all just be sat getting blazed, and we'd just be diss tracking each other, constantly ripping each other to the point where we actually sent one of my mates grey and getting a grey patch on the back of his head because it was that bad. But yeah, the rapping started there. Obviously, I just enjoyed the dissing. I got addicted sort of to writing bars about people and try to start music beef, and it excelled basically. It kind of shut my career down in the end, but I had a break from rapping for maybe 4 or 5 years through loads of crap that went on, altercations with people, all through music. Uh, but yeah, my music started through my family, really. My dad's bang into music, he's into his reggae and that, so my dad just used to get blazed and start rapping reggae bars, and yeah, it drilled into my mind, and music affects me big time, do you know what I mean? Like it proper alters my mood, so it's diverted my life in every way that I've wanted it to go, really.
Yeah. So, what got you into rapping about fishing?
Well, so obviously a few of us used to spit bars and we'd go fishing together and fishing on park lakes and stuff like that. It's that sort of crowd of people in it. So we'd be sat in the bivvy and then we'd start freestyling and spitting about stuff about fishing, and like we started writing bars about fishing and never did anything with it. 'Cause, to be honest, it's a bit cringe in it at first, and I just thought like obviously fishing is one of my favourite things to do. So spitting, so I needed to find a way to merge the two together, and I found a way to do it. And obviously I was fishing one night and I was smacking out. I was with my mate who was on linear, and we was just taking the piss really about people just like over exaggerating how much you've got to cast distance and fish at distance. At first, the song was going to be a bit of a piss take, like just for people who try and ram it down your throat that you need to be buying this stuff, you need to be buying these rods, you need to be fishing at this distance, you're not going to catch if you do this, which is all bullshit. But then, so when I started writing the songs, the chorus at first was obviously a bit of a gimmick, as you can see. What do you know about 40 raps? It's just basically calling anybody out and trying to cause stuff again. But like, obviously, when I carried on writing the song, it just got more and more deeper. And obviously, everything in that song is basically what I was doing on that fishing trip. So from the rigs I use to the bait I'm using to how I fish, how I was fishing, and yeah, it just I wrote it, and then so I wrote 40 raps, and this was last year, and I actually sent it to Corda before I released it. So I emailed Corda, and I emailed it over to him, and I chased it up a couple of days later, and the uh, the guy that I sent it to that was on the desk said to me that they'd been playing it in the office and it was banging, and they liked the song. So I tried to arrange, obviously, to meet up with him and go and see him. Uh, and we was at Linear, and we went over, me and my mate, went and sat with him, showed him the song. Tom Maker was there first, so I showed him, and he was buzzing. He liked it, do you know what I mean? He said it was fucking sick. And then he said they'll obviously be here soon. I think it was Stokes, Neil, and Tom. And obviously went back fishing, and then they tipped up. So I went round and showed them. First thing that fucking Tom Dove said to me was, "You look scary. What if we don't like it?" And I was just like, mate, I was like, I'm only trying to show you a song. I was like, I'm not intentionally looking the way I am. Do you know what I mean? I'm just coming to try and show you a song and see if you want to get involved with it, 'cause you're one of the biggest fishing companies. And obviously, I messaged I mentioned their brand quite a bit in the song. So anyway, I showed them the song, the 40 Raps, and they liked it. They said we can probably use it somewhere with this one, and then the second one was the Still Holding song. And as soon as Tom Dover, the Jim Shelley boy, was like, "You're gonna have to take that out," and I was just like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "No, we don't like Jim Shelley," and I was like, "Nah," I was like, "This isn't happening, mate. Do you know what I mean? You're not. I'm offering free to give you a song to use, which they was gonna, and then obviously fucking they're trying to tell me to change bits of my songs if they wanted to use it. I ain't selling out. Plus, Jim Shelley's a boss, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's a hated fisherman in the world by the majority of the fishing community. But you know, he's up there in my eyes. But yeah, sorry, I've just absolutely sidetracked off the thing.
So, on a rapping aspect, what were you doing before you got into rapping or started rapping?
Yeah, I've had my own business for years. You know, doing like I've done roofing and stuff like that. But yeah, I've done other shit, mate. But you know, just yeah, it is what it is, mate. Right, next question.
Right. So, your fish linear. What?
Say again, you broke up, pal.
So, you fish linear. What lake and where
Yeah,
fish?
Ardwick and Smith. So my down south fishing only started happening over the past few years. Like growing up where I am, it's the fishing's hard, mate. Like you struggle to find within a 30-mile radius anything over like £35, and obviously it's a lot harder. So I've spent so long fishing where I am since I was like 4. Obviously due to growing up like pretty poor families, not driving, and that I had to fucking carry my shit everywhere, getting buses and stuff with all my gear. But like over the past few years, my mate started going down there and he was smashing it. So he was trying to blag me for ages, but obviously I just fell in love with my part lake, mate, and I can't leave it. But I started venturing down, and yeah, I started doing all right. You know, we've had some good hits of fish and stuff like. Uh, but yeah, Hardwick and Smiths. I've walked around all of them. That's the only one that really tickled my fancy. Do you know what I mean? It's more spaced. It's different to the other lakes, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Have you fished it yourself?
I have not, but I do know the complex. I tend to shy away from it due to the sheer fact that it's busy down there.
Is it not your cup of tea, Lenny? You know?
Not my cup of tea, but I can see why people like it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's all right. It's just runs water on steroids, isn't it? Really? Do you know what I mean? It's good. It's a good fishery, but obviously up there where I am, there's nothing. There's nothing at all like that. It's the fishing is a lot harder up north, you know, than being down there. But yeah, it's only recent I've started, past few years, venturing further to excel in my fishing. But
So,
yeah,
aspect of fishing, and what would you say is your go-to rig?
uh, gotta be a D rig, but I make it with a twist, obviously, and still hauling it. Mention it, doesn't it? Size 4 spinner hook. Like I use a size 4 spinner hook, tie it sort of in an illusion D rig style. Uh, no putty, long rig. So I fish that if I'm fishing just pellet and corn. Obviously, fake corn on the top, free on the spot, and then a KD rig in a bag. That's got to be my favourite. I think it's the one. It's anywhere in it. Fish anywhere.
Right. So, for one thing that people might like, have you got any new songs, and can we get a little sneak peek?
Yeah, there's a lot of new songs, mate. There's multiple that are already recorded. Obviously, I had a lot of trouble, mate, with getting the videos done. Like, my cameraman is a nightmare. He's got about 15 kids, and getting hold of him. That like 40 Raps was meant to be released in July last year, so I wrote it in June, and then it was meant to be all done, meant to be released in July. I had a nightmare with him obviously getting it filmed, and when we did go for the photo shoot, so it was an absolute joke. So half of it, if you've seen, is done. Me and my brother went down and painted a big graffiti piece, We did a big 40 raps piece under a train bridge, obviously for the music video. And me and my mate went down and filmed about 6 takes in front of it in the daytime, and it was mint with all lights and stuff on the bridge. It was good footage. And then we went home, and his bird put his pants through the wash, which had the SD card on. So it wrote the SD card off. This is what he said to me anyway. So we had to go back and redo the night clips, and someone had drawn a big knob through the zero on the 40 raps. So we never got to use half of that footage. And then we went the place where I recorded the video, the 40 raps video. I spent ages looking for somewhere to do it. And this lake's like a free lake, really. It's a nice lake. It's a big lake. It's corrupt, pretty urban. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of graffiti around it and stuff, but half of it's quite rural. I just thought it'd be the right lake, and we went down the first time, and it was absolutely like hammering it down. So half of the footage was done. My mate was stood there in a t-shirt and a pair of shorts in the water, mate, like filming, shaking while we was recording the video. So the video actually nearly didn't even get released. It was an absolute nightmare. And if you look at it, like it's not done to a full standard, like of obviously because weather depending and all the stuff that went wrong. But yeah, I've just gone sidetracked again. But new music, yeah, there's a lot. I've put last year. I put quite a lot of time into going to the studio. Probably got about maybe 12 tracks ready. Uh, but yeah, we're going for a full album. Do you know what I mean? So some of them each one just gets better and better. And yeah, we can. I sent you one the other day, didn't I? If you want to drop, we can play maybe a minute and a half of it if you want. And then this song will be getting released in the summer. So what I'm gonna do on my local park lake, we have a big bandstand. And my brother does like reggae days and DJ days, and there's hundreds of people that go and sit in the bandstand, and it's right next to the lake. So when I'm gonna do the music video for that, I'm gonna obviously put it on TikTok, put it on Instagram, and just try to get as many people who want to come down in camo, any fishermen, do you know, and be in a music video. And yeah, it's gonna be a good video, pal. But yeah, we can go ahead and play a minute and a half of that if you like.
Yeah, I've actually
Yep.
clipped a good part already, so I thought we'd keep them guessing. So I've actually done a first clip of it so we can get a teaser of it instead. Just
Yeah, yeah.
a waff, so I'll play it now for the people that are wanting to hear it.
Any weather, any region. Man, that fucking DPM, you know. All tight on my back like Jesus. DPM, you know I got this rolling. Charlie's out here when we let go leaders. So I ain't fretting it. You back all my rings and you're regretting it. You break the bread and I'm shredding it. Said big rod slaps out just like a demon when you slap them. Recce on the water, just like climbing trees to get taller.
And that was the 30 seconds.
Is that all you want to play? Yeah.
All I'm gonna know. I'm lucky enough where I've actually heard the song and I can actually say it is a banger.
You can play a bit. You can drop it again, mate, 'cause it was all glitchy. Reload the thing. Stressing. It is what it is. I went lines on the back, so I ain't fretting it. You back all my rings and you're regretting it. You break the bread and I'm shredding it. Said big rod slaps out just like a demon when you slap them. Wrecking on the water, just like climbing trees to get taller.
That's all they're getting.
Is that all they're getting? Yeah. It's a banger, that song, isn't it, mate? If you actually listen to the lyrics in it, it's fucking sick, isn't it?
It was a banger. I'm guilty of saying it. I've played it a few times now.
Yeah, you're getting hooked on it. It's the beat as well. It just rolls through your ears, doesn't it? It's mad. It's mad that these songs are about fishing. You know, like the wordplay and the way it's spat. Like I still listen to it, and I amaze myself sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like it's actually fucking sick. It's the first of its kind. You know what I mean? Someone tried to copy me and they've retired. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's the first of its kind, pal.
I've done a little bit of research into that. The Cornish fisherman himself.
Start again. Say again, mate. Sorry.
I believe he's called the Cornish fisherman for what I've done.
The real Cockney Alf, he's called, pal.
So what's going on here? What's the beef between you two on that?
There wasn't really any beef, but you know, like I've obviously, so I've dropped 40s and stuff and shown people before I've dropped it, and this guy's tried jumping it up in my algorithm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and basically, I went on, fucking looked at all this shit, searched through it. This guy's got a bit of clout, mate. Do you know what I mean? He does like weird review videos and stuff, but he's just dropped this fishing song, mate. Absolute nodded out his head. Uh, stood on this peg. Everyone go and have a look at it. To be honest, a real cockney outfit. And yeah, he's dropped this song. He's called it Fishing Lake, and he's stood there, mate, in some fucking sandals and a pair of shorts, mate, with a drone above his head, like holding pasties in his video, like not even pasties, mate, like £7 fish, gassing it up, like he's calling himself Ali Hamidi and stuff. So I was just like, right, I ain't having this, mate. So I got a little snippet of his video, and I fucking got some viral song. Just did a little mock video basically, and I tagged him in it, and I posted it last year on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Tagged him in it, see if he'd do anything. So obviously, all fishing wants a bit of it. All music wants a bit of beef, doesn't it? Clashing comes with it. It comes with the music. So like, I'm all about it, man. I'm all about that. I'm all about the Aggie. I'm all about the beef. I'm all about who fucking wants it. Let's do it. If they want a battle, mate, let's have it. Do you know what I mean? I live for it. And then I've gone into this, mate, with nobody, and this fucking pagan mate tries coming up. So I had to tag him, mate, obviously see if he reacted, and he didn't react. And then at this same time, right, I was talking to some company, mate, and he was like, he'd started a company, this guy, some clothing company, he was trying to send me some gear, and I didn't want to accept it. So like, what, I do this myself, mate. I don't want to take stuff off people. I don't want to, do you know what I mean? But basically, he was trying to offer me stuff, and I didn't accept it. I spoke to him about this guy because he said he spoke to him as well. And a couple of weeks later, someone sent me a picture of this fucking guy sat in his bivvy, mate, with a bally on, the camo jacket, which was this guy's from this company that he tried sending me, a pair of gloves and that. He just tried to rob my drip. Do you know what I mean? He just tried to copy me and tried to look like me. So I posted on my story and tagged him again. I was like, hey, I was like, this guy's even fucking copying my drip now. Do you know what I mean? So it went from there. And then last week, after like 2 or 3 months of me tagging this guy, he commented on the post that I posted about him with a laughing face. And then the next day, he posted a video saying, I'm retiring from music. I've got kids. Basically, he didn't want any smoke, mate. He didn't want to know. Like, so dropped a retirement video. And then the same day, he's posted a video saying he's jumping in the boxing ring, punching the boxing pads. So either that's saying he wants me a straightener or Misfits boxing, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He's trying to prep, mate, innit? You said you was trying to organise some fishing boxing matches, mate. So everybody just tag him, get him in this live now. Let's see what he's saying, innit? Let's fucking let's stir the pot up, pal, and let's give the fishermen something to look forward to instead of looking forward to the next quarter video. Do
Right.
you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Right, so as we're waiting to see if we can get him in, why'd you wear camo?
Why don't right? So basically, my dad was heavily in like he was in the military like for a long time. He was quite high up, and when I was a kid, he just used to bring all the army stuff back. So like we'd be on the front playing out with fucking NBC suits, gas masks, fucking did like disarm grenades and like gas powered M16s, and like, everyone else would be with the BB guns. But like we just had my camo from a kid. My dad gave it me, and I've just been obsessed since being a kid. Like I don't know, it's better than the green as well. Do you know what I mean? Everybody, you turn up to a lake, it's just green everywhere. Camo was in fashion, then went out of fashion, and then it's coming back in a bit now. But I've always repped it. It's just I don't know. It's just a lot better than being your bog standard green, isn't it? Yeah, tagging Cockney Alf in it, come on, lad.
Right.
But
So
yeah, camo's the one in it.
I think
Plus, it fits with my name.
it does. We'll get on to that just soon. So, what advice would you give to a new angler or fisherman that's asking you for some advice to get into fishing?
Just get some rods and go. Don't worry about what everybody else is thinking. Like I've spent too much time sat worrying, do you know, like when fucking casts up and messing stuff up and being loud if you need to be and playing fish if it's going to be a small fishing. A lot of people get anxiety about it and they worry about it. They worry too much before they've even got there, and they set themselves up for failure before they've even got the rods out. Do you know what I mean? You're worrying before you get there about what other people are going to think, and you're going fishing for your time. Your fishing is your relaxing time. It's your zen. It's not time to be worrying about what other people think, is it? You need to go fishing to get good at fishing. Do you know what I mean? You can't sit there and worry. You need to be zoned in. I struggle majorly to concentrate. Like, I've got bad ADHD. Like, I cannot do anything in this life. I can't focus on nothing. I'm here, there, everywhere, flitting, flatting. But when I go fishing, do you know what I mean? That's the only time that I can actually zone in. And it's been like it from a kid. The first time I picked up a rod, do you know what I mean? I remember the first time, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do. Like, it's crazy when you spend so long not being able to do anything, like just general day-to-day stuff, then you can go somewhere and do something that you can do, that you're good at doing, you can concentrate on doing, and you get the buzz out of it. It's life changing. Do you know what I mean? It's it is, and fishing saved my life in so many ways, more ways than I can explain. It's crazy. It is how much it actually does for you. You know, like people that struggle with mental health think like fishing is the savior. You know, like every so much. But I've been through so much shit, mate. You know, and like every time that shit's got deep, as soon as I pick up the rods, mate, and I go back out, everything just starts going back on track. Do you know what I mean? My life gets good again, and the only time that everything's all right is when fishing's in my life, and when it's not, that's when everything goes to shit. So what I tell people to do is just keep fishing, truthfully.
Yeah. You know what? I pretty much agree with you there. So, who is your fishing idol and why?
There's two. So the OG's got to be Bob Nudd, mate, right? So growing up as a kid, like I remember, like we had little shops what sold VHS videos. I used to always blag my mum and dad every time we went in. Do you remember him? Like it was Stillwater angling or something, weren't it? Are you a bit young, aren't you, for them videos?
A bit young, but I've watched some of the old school.
So so these videos, mate, every single weekend, as soon as I went to my dad's, I'd be like, can we go to this shop? Can we go to this shop? I'd get in the shop, mate, spin the video fucking stand and that. I'd see which new ones it was. And Bob Nudd fucking got me right into it, mate. Always polls, I'd sit there, watch him over and over and over again. Every single video that he ever brought out. And then I actually, like, about 5 years ago, just before COVID, I was messaging him like because our lake used to be full of bream, right? And they disappeared, and we always take the piss. And I was saying to my mate, I was like, I'll get Bob Nudd down here now. I was like, watch. So I started messaging him for ages, like speaking to him on Instagram, trying to get him to come to this lake in the middle of fucking where I live. And one day he messaged me and he was like, I've got a match on at Cudmore Fisheries today. I was like, it's my birthday, Bob. I was like, is there any chance you can come past on your way home? And was trying to get him to my house and everything. I nearly got him there, mate, but he never came. But yeah, Bob Nudd has got to be the banger, hasn't he? And then carp fisherman, probably it's got to be Terry Earn. Terry Earn's the one for me. Like his videos, it's the way he explains the videos. Like it's another thing that locks me. Like, do you know when people are blasting tunes in the back of the videos? Yeah, they can make it sound gang gang and make it fucking cool, but it doesn't speak to you. Yeah, maybe for noddies that people knew coming into fishing because they're trying to catch their attention. But if you know what you're on about, and you're OG on the fishing scene, you've got a Terry Earn connects, mate. Do you know the way he speaks? Like it's just yeah, Terry Earn's got to be the one for me.
I can hear his stories just now. I love watching his videos. Old Terrier.
Yeah, he's the one in it. I've watched all of them so many times. Like, oh, like the same ones in the same night and stuff. Like, I get very badly obsessed with fishing. Me, and I'll just ignore everybody else. I'll ignore work. I'll ignore anything. Like it comes first once you get into that, and then just watching them videos. You know what I mean? Like when I fell off and shit. Like, I was I've been through addiction and that, mate. Like with cocaine, bad in the past.
Yeah.
And like fishing, watching them Terry Hearn videos. That's what helped me bring me out of it as well. Like the times I was struggling after recovering, wanting to go fishing, like through that stage of my life, I'd buy fishing stuff, I'd sell it, I'd buy it, I'd spend grands on it, and then it'd go. I'd swap it, I'd sell it, and I keep doing that through this period of my life. It fucked my fishing up. It actually started from the Park Lake, like people. There was you go on there, mate, and there'd just be people in the bivvies 3 days straight, just getting at it, mate. And then obviously you're fishing on there, you get caught into the trap of doing it, and then it becomes normal. And then yeah, that ruined my fishing majorly. But obviously then when I got through it, then I fucked it off and I recovered. Like I started watching him again, like, and it just made me realize like what I'd lost. Like fishing is my life, mate. Do you know what I mean? And like, yeah, Terry Hearn saved me from being a fucking having no nose. Like, do you know what I mean? So big up Terry Hearn.
Right. So no, this is gonna probably bounce off the other ones you've answered. So urban fishing or rural fishing?
Mm, it's a hard one, mate. To be honest, obviously I love parks. I love park lakes, mate. I love the roughness. People walking past your bivvies, fucking police. The just that sort of fishing is sick. But being able to disappear into the middle of nowhere. I was on a syndicate which was in the middle of nowhere. It was about 14 acres. I think it's about 650 quid a year, and it had 11 pegs on it, and it was a wedding venue. So I used to be able to use the wooden boats and row out and go and put your bait out. But you was fishing on there, like the closest person is probably 2,000 yards away from you, minimum. Do you know what I mean? Being on your own, especially when you struggle in your mind and you're going through like dark times, to be able to just vanish into nowhere and fish rurally is different. So I don't know, mate. I really can't even answer that, to be honest. What's yours? Help me out.
I don't know.
It's hard, isn't it?
It is a hard question. See, urban fishing, it's just a different type of fishing, in my opinion. It's a different atmosphere. You see a lot more people coming through. You don't know what you're gonna catch necessarily. And you get your rural fishing, and then it's a bit more commonplace. It's a lot more known than, like you say, your urban lakes. But do you know what? I think rural fishing for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you fish many parks, or do you fish urbanly, or not?
The urbans. I can't say fish parks, but we have had a few conversations on that, which we'll get into that in a little while.
How come you don't fish park lakes? What's the reason behind that?
There's no real reason, to be fair. I think it's more the fact I like being gated in. I know where I am.
Yeah.
I get bothered by
You
that.
like the safe. You like the safety, not the danger.
That's the fun, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
not opposed to the danger,
Park life.
times and places.
Yeah, parks are the one though, mate. It's something you can go two ways, can't you? But if you get that thrill, mate, being at the rush of knowing that it's not safe, it's different. It depends if you're adrenaline junkie, innit?
Yeah, I agree with that. So why did you choose the name DPM4TIZZY?
So DPM is obviously the name of the camouflage, innit? Disruptive pattern material or disruptive pattern merge. So DPM, because I always wear DPM. So that's why. And 4TIZZY is 40. So it's like 40, but how Snoop Dogg says it, puts a tizzy on the end of everything, doesn't he? So it's like 40, and then that's obviously I'm starting a clothing brand. That's basically what it is. I might as well put it out to people. So it's going to be 4TIZZY clothing, tracksuits, balaclavas, hoodies, t-shirts, loads more stuff as well. But yeah, the name of the brand is 4TIZZY, but my rap name's actually DPM, so it's not both of them together. If you get me.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So for you lot in the comments, when you see them about, DPM is the name.
Yeah, DPM, not DPM4TIZZY.
Right. So can you tell us about a new series you're making?
Right, okay. So this year, what I'm gonna do, I need to arrange to go down and have a look at some places, but I'm gonna maybe open up some lives on here and ask people to give me places to go. I need 10 of the most dangerous lakes in the UK. I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna solo 24-hour fish each one of them by myself and do a full 24-hour video blog. So I need the roughest places in the UK and a list of 10 of them. And if you've got any suggestions, Carpology did a list, didn't they? I don't know if you've seen it, the list of the 10 most dangerous lakes in the UK.
Yeah, they did.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it tells you it tells you how many murders there've been on there, how many people have been stabbed. Like it's got a little list, like a tally chart at the bottom of each thing. So like, well, I reckon I'll start at the least one, and I'm gonna try and level up to the last one at the end. So number 10 is just gonna be like 5 stars for murders, stabbings. So do you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like no one's done anything like that. It's the fishing now is just it's boring, to be honest. Like it's changed, mate. It's the excitement's just not there virtually. Do you know, with the content really that people are putting out, for me anyway, not for everybody else. People like different sorts of fishing. People likes to watch different things. You know what I mean? But I just think it's time that we shake this fishing scene up, mate. You know, this is my aim, really. I'm just going to infiltrate my way slowly into the fishing game. And I can advertise my stuff through my music, so I can do it differently to what other people are doing.
To be fair, you're doing a pretty good job from that, for what I can see so far. So
It would have been a lot more, mate, but obviously all the hassle I've had with cameramen and I wanted to release a song every single month, do you know what I mean, and the music video, but I've been able to drop two, and one of them that's not about fishing, do you know what I mean? But obviously, my majority of my stuff now needs to be about fishing because I just cause aggro everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll just get channel minded and I'll just start writing diss tracks. Do you know what I mean? I've done it. Just the people that I've already mentioned today that I don't like, and I've already the diss tracks are ready. If they want to say anything, whether it's a company or it's a person, mate, they're getting rinsed. Do you know, like it's just yeah, it's just what I live for. I can't help it, mate. But it's what music should be like, you
yeah,
know.
you are right. So going off that, if you guys do have any suggestions, put them in the comments, and I'll take notes for it, and I'll be sure to send them over to DPM, and then he's got a little bit of a head start to have a look into a few places. So if you want to put some lakes or lakes you know are rough, put them down, and I'll take a note for them, and I'll pass them on.
Yeah, we need the roughest ones, mate. Someone's saying here there was a stabbing on there the other day. Yeah, they're the ones we need, mate. I just think, do you know what I mean? Like it's gonna engage a different audience. Do you know, like even what I'm doing with the music, like it could bring people that wouldn't normally fish. I seen someone post a post the other day, and he's like, "If you go fishing, you're a fucking neek," and all this stuff. He was like, he's saying it's gay, and I just said, "Bro," I commented, I said, "Just check my page out." I said, "You'll see, it's not that gay, mate." Do you know what I mean? I want it to be different. Do you know what I mean? And I know I can make it different, mate. I just need to keep going the way I'm going.
Well, you're the first to do it, mate. So just and the more people that try copy, it's only gonna increase some
Yeah.
more ways. So I can imagine.
We'll just have we'll just have to see what this guy says. Well, hopefully we can start some fishing back and forward beef. Do you know what I mean?
So we got Hotbox John in the comments saying, "Come fish Hamilton Lakes in Middlesbrough."
Edmonton Lake.
I'll take a note of that. We've got Camo saying Chantry Park. Yeah, I know the backstory on Chantry Park. I think I've told you about that before on a nearer phone call at the time. But yeah, I'll even recommend that lake as well.
Oh, is it rough? What's the murder rate? I see.
I'd say it's a yeah. If I was going there, you want to be making sure you're going there in the summertime where there's more light than there is dark.
Why? What? Nah, nah. 'Cause it's still it's. Do you know what I mean? You got to look at it. It's two different type of people, mate. Innit? You can shy away from it, or you can go for it, mate. You know, you post yourself up, mate, and you stand tall. I mean, no one's gonna say shit, really, are they? You know what I mean, unless you say anything. But obviously, there needs to be a bit of danger in it to make it a good series. It can't be me turning up to a lake and putting an act on it. Yeah, I don't want it to be act. It needs to be real.
So on the place, there's ongoing gang violence. You'll get the occasional stabbing, as like someone else was saying, but different lake. What he was recommending. Yeah, and some things I won't mention on TikTok because it's a bit peak.
Yeah,
So I won't dabble on it too much. But yeah, it it involves a lot of what's going on in the world right now.
yeah. I think you need to just PM me and message me some of them. We need to get that list up, mate, off the Carpologies list and have a look on it.
Bear with me, and I'll try to get that up now for you.
I'll pull up on you. Come on, lad. As long as you pull up with Cotley Alf, mate, it's all right. Do you know what I mean? Get him tagged in there. Somebody tag Cockney Alf in there. Let's get him in this. Get him in this chat. Get Cockney Alf in the chat now. Get Cockney Alf in the chat, mate. Tag him in it, and we'll arrange it. Yeah, real Cockney Alf. Come on, lad. He just don't want it, does he? At all.
Right, so I'm on the Carpology page right
Hey,
now.
yeah, have you got the list up?
So at number one, they've got Wolfenstow.
Yeah,
Um, just a brief description. It says, although the fishing can be exceptional on the Wolfenstow reservoirs, it is also throwing up the odd murder or two, like the one in
yeah,
2010 where someone was shot dead just around the corner from the British Carp Angling Championship. Wow.
yeah. That's what we want, mate. As long as the murder rate's up there, it'll be a good series. Do you know what I mean? What's the next? What we on next?
You've got, excuse me, how I pronounce this, Thamesmere. Thefts, noise, choose your fiction. Leon Bartram claims that Thamesmere is South East London is the place to avoid as it's the murder capital of London. In fact, just Google Thamesmere murders. It doesn't make a pretty reading.
Yeah,
Number three, they've got Raysbury.
yeah,
Not so much a murder, but a gruesome suicide. Back in the early days, a dead body popped up in a flooded dredger that someone used to use a platform and cast into an island. Reveals Dave Lane apparently he had tied his hands and feet together and then committed suicide.
yeah. Oh,
I'll just read another one just to avoid some issues with TikTok. Hemsworth Water Park. Aspie Hemsworth Water Park. Laughs Travelling Cart Pro Simon Crow. Favourite story people when myself and my mate Daz were they're doing some plumbing one day. We heard this couple shouting on one another. So I got closer. We could hear every word. Never brought me flowers, you bastard. Bloke, how the fuck could I come from something? As I've just done 15 years for murder, I looked at Daz as we plumbed away. He looked at me, we just watched a couple walk past and they carried on shouting at one another.
That doesn't sound very rough, does it? Domestic on the bank.
From the list, Raisbury does come up more than once.
Yeah, there's high murder rate there, isn't it? It's a rough gaff, mate.
And again, another one, Northern Stillwater. If you've heard of Northern Stillwater in North Yorkshire, then you'll know about the ongoing suicide attempts down there. Oh,
Suicide capital.
yeah. I nearly knew that. Oh, interesting. So, I've pretty much summed up my questions here. I don't know if you want to. Are you okay with answering a few questions in the comments as I
Of
read
course
it?
you can, mate. Yeah, of course.
If anyone's got a couple of questions, put them in the comments and I'll read them out. If you haven't, we'll call it there. And then, yeah,
Why is this Cockney Alf not joining the chat? Every single person in it needs to tag him.
try get him in. I'm sure.
Yeah, try get him in, mate. Add him to the live as well. Do you know what I mean? We'll see what he's saying. There's no fishing beef about it at the minute, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like you know, some of the stuff we were speaking about, mate, which is a pretty good idea that you've got some things that are coming up in it. So hopefully we can get him involved, mate.
Not active. That's what
He's
they're.
not active. Yeah, he's shocked, mate. He's seen the first tag, hasn't he, and done one. Retired from TikTok now.
Right, so Poshta Carper has just put, what's your go-to bait?
Pellet and sweet corn. Straight frozen corn out the bag and pellets. That's it. Nothing else. Loads of spons over it. 3 rods on it, mate. 3 bits of fake corn. That's it. That's the one. You don't need anything else. Do you know what I mean? I've gone through that. I've gone through the trends, gone through trying everything, prepping all my own bait, cooking shit up, making baits, buying baits, spending so much money on baits to narrowing it down now to just needing frozen sweet corn and pellets. And it works equally just as good. It's more about accuracy, I think, to be honest.
Yeah. 6 yard cup, we've got, what do you know about 11.5 wraps and 4 ounce leads making lines go crack?
He's trying to show some bars, isn't he? He's trying to collab out here. 11.5 wraps, you know. I think the last time I went fishing on the park the other day, mate, when I posted that video of me casting the spawn, that was at 11.5 wraps. So yeah, I know quite a lot, bro.
It's 1.5, someone's put, oh, yeah. There's a funny story with that one, though, because we were all had a conversation a couple of weeks back who could cast 30 wraps and that. But he was bigging himself up. He's got to the lake. First cast is cracked off. It's not even gone a yard, mate. It's not even gone a feet.
Oh, mate. I learned to cast, yeah, sea fishing. That's where I learned to cast, mate. Banging beach casters and multipliers. Do you know what I mean? So like, I live next to the sea, so I spent all my time a lot, especially through the winters, just sea fishing and just smacking 6, 8 ounce leads, multipliers, mate, as far as we can. Every summer, me and my mates still go like we gas each other up and just try to do the most crazy casts you can around the world, casts and stuff. And you know, like that's how I learned to cast. So now casting is effortless. Do you know when you've put? I'm 30 years old, mate. Do you know what I mean? I've been fishing since I was 4. So it's like 26 years, and then obviously like 20 years of smacking leads. But I mean, I'm not small either, mate. I weigh quite a lot. I'm pretty tall, mate. Do you know what I mean? I can fucking bang a lead me. I'm supposed to be going this year to do a video with Terry Edmonds, so I'm gonna see what happens on that, and see if I can outcast him. You know, you snapped a rod at the carp show, didn't you?
No. We'll get back onto that one. I won't be speaking. That's not there. There's another one. He's done.
Yeah.
Favorite fish.
My favourite place to fish, the park, my local park. Like they banned fishing on there last year for like 4 months because last year we got a massive influx of just random people coming onto there. It's pretty big lakes, but I think it's about 11, 12 acres just for a park lake. It's quite big. Uh, and then there's some jetties and they have boats that you can rent, like an ice cream store. And then one of my mates actually ended up getting a job on there running the boats. And he was him and his mate was sat in the hut every night, like breaking into it, sleeping in there, fishing through the night and working the boats in a day, and then sleeping in there again. And they were just they didn't know what they were doing properly as well, and they were hooking swans, and swans were just taking a bait because it's a shallow lake. So they have like a page which is like all the bird watchers and nature people, and like all through since COVID they've been on it. So they've been taking pictures of everyone that's fishing, everyone that locks swims off. We started using dinghies on there, and they were posting us all over Facebook and stuff. Uh, but yeah, where was I going with that? Where was I going? Park Lake. Yeah, the park's my favourite place to fish. Sorry, my train of thought got lost there, Paul.
I think we're nearly there. So I know you've done a lot of traveling today. So if no one,
Knackered, man.
what London Park lakes have you fished?
I ain't fished any London Park Lakes, mate. This is what I mean. This is why I'm going down to do this. This year I'm gonna belt the arse out of fishing. Do you know what I mean? So I need to get down there. I need to arrange to meet some people. I've got quite a few people asking me to go fishing, quite a few people wanting to take me places, so I need to start chasing it up, like and get on with it really. But yeah, no, I haven't fished any London Park Lakes yet. I will do though this year.
Camo. Favorite type of carp?
Favorite type of carp. Probably got to be a fat, fully scaled, on it. Possibly a fat, fully scaled, mate. I think that's the one. But a lot of people don't like them. I like koi meat, like I've kept koi. When I was younger and I left school, I did aquatic biology and fish husbandry and fish farming at college. So since like then, I've been hooked on like growing fish and that, and like I've always been into koi and catching koi. People hate it because they say it's a pet, but you can't help admire a fish like that. And it looks like that and it's big. Like each to their own in it, but yeah, I'm a sucker for a koi, mate.
Boy. I do like them more as a pet, so I won't lie, but they are nice when they come out of a lake.
Yeah, they are, mate.
Walking up that says "Let's go Bluebells."
Let's go. Let's go. Let's arrange a social, pal. I'm gonna try and do one this year. I need to try and arrange a big social on somewhere.
Foster Carp again says, "Have you done any French fishing before?"
No, mate. I've never been abroad, pal. That's what I mean. A lot of my fishing has been stuck to the north, like, but I've put a lot of time in. Do you know what I mean? I've put 20 years into fishing around here, so now it's time I start to adventure more. Do you know what I mean? I spent a long time in a relationship that I recently left, and like I'm gonna put my time into this and make it my career. So
Don't
yeah,
worry.
no French fishing. Hopefully this year, mate. This year's the one.
I'm sure a few in the chat have got some good recommendations for France. But if that is all the questions, I will say it was a pleasure to have you on. I'm sure a few people tease you allowed us to play, or I only allowed them to hear, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry it was quite short, mate, and I was rushing back. I just drove more than 4 hours, literally. As soon as I pulled up, mate, I've gone straight onto this call. My intentions were to do it on a computer with the webcam, but it's just been a rush, like fucking all my music videos have been as well. Do you know what I mean? I need to start making time, mate, but as I said, I just can't concentrate.
Things happen, mate, and you still came along, so that's all we can
They
ask.
do, they do.
Yeah, I believe if that is it, I will say goodbye now to everyone. It has been a great live. I'll probably say it's one of my favourite ones as of yet.
I think we should arrange a joint live with me and Cotley Alf on your podcast. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, if people want it,
Press,
we'll make it happen.
press conference, mate, on your podcast.
People want
For
it,
me and him, so yeah.
if people want that, we'll make it happen. No
Well,
problem.
yeah, let's start tagging him, everyone, and get stirring the pot.
But yeah, there will be a few clips of this podcast go up on the TikTok. If you guys have missed out, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, it is just Chit Chat Podcast. You'll see it come up. Give it a subscribe. We upload on there every Monday at 3 p.m. So yeah, we'll sort something out.
Yeah, big up, pal. Big up, everyone. All tight to bank life.
Yeah, great having you on. Come on. Till later.
New tunes dropping soon. Keep your eye out, everyone. Drop the tune again, pal.
Yeah.
Bit more of it this time, unless you've cut it. Just back from the big one. I was gonna go to the big one, pal. I was gonna go ballied up with a few people.
I have cut off indeed. This is why I did it, where it's just fitting perfectly on little bits. But we'll let
Okay.
everyone else who's late hear this. One of the new songs coming out. So this is a little 30-second teaser.
Wet lines full time, say 9 to 5. Right on the bank hole with a what reason. Ain't out here doing this part time. Out here banging up corporate seasons. Any region. All tight on my back like Jesus. DPM, you know I got this rolling. Trolleys out here when we let go leaders. Messing me up like my dollar getting stressing. Here's what it is, I wet lines on the fight. So I ain't fretting it. You back to all my rings and you're regretting it. You break the bread, then I'm shredding it. Step big rod slaps out just like a demon. When you slap that, I'm blessing it. Ricky on the water, just like climbing to get taller.
And that's all you're getting. And all I will leave you all is now is what you know about 40 raps.
You know about 40 rats and that.
Haters all.
Come on.